welcome back everybody. It is 8:30 p.m. October 10th, 2017. Alright, first off guys, just bear with me here. My throat is on fire right now. It's been going on all day. That's not the reason I haven't posted. I wanted to post all day today. I got stuck at work. I had to do basically a double shift. It was not my plan. I actually planned on being home early today, so that really stinks when you think you're going to be home early and then you end up working a double when your throat hurts. I'm even scared to go open my mouth in the mirror, guys, because, this may be strep. I haven't had strep in years. Alright, anyway, on with it. Again, so that's why I'm sorry I haven't had a video. Just for the future, guys, for those of you that wait for videos and stuff like that, if you don't hear from me in the morning or at night and I don't tell you ahead of time that I'll be missing that time slot, I have an Instagram account that I'm constantly on, even when I'm at work. You know, it's not a big deal for me to jump on my phone and answer a question here or there. So if you guys have questions that you're asking on YouTube and you're not getting an answer from me, please don't think I'm ignoring you, because I'm not. I try to answer every question. I don't care if there's 500 questions or if there's 5 questions. I try to at least answer everybody that I think is looking for legit information. Some people just ask things to be sarcastic. I'm beginning to learn how to filter that stuff out. But again, Instagram and Twitter, both linked in my description box or the About Me section on the channel page, which I'm always monitoring. I'm always on. I'm always posting small updates on there to keep everyone up to date. So I'm never really away. The only time I'm away is when I'm away from YouTube. All right, now on with the video. This whole video is basically because I want to thank somebody, and here's the channel, King Harvey. Not only is this his channel, this is his personal video he filmed from his car on his dash cam, which, guys, it shows literally a meteor becoming a meteorite because it comes right down to the ground on tape on his way in the same direction as Napa, California. This is the exact area where these fires happened, and this guy, I believe his name is Kyle, and I only know this because this is his post on American Meteor Society. So, what this kid, or what this guy did, I hope he's not a kid, hope that's not insulting to him, what this person did is amazing. Not only did he film this totally by chance, he just had his camera on. You can see he's been using it for about a day, unless it resets, so it's not like he turned this on at this immediate moment to make a fake video or something. He's been using this camera for over a day. It'll reset back to 2001, January 1st, because sometimes if you don't lock the date in, every time you unplug it or clear the memory card, the date resets. So for anyone that wants to give him a hard time on this, this has already been verified. This is a common issue with these cameras, and the way he verified the time and date, because he knew this would happen, which was so smart, was he went on to American Meteor Society, he signed up, and he reported his meteor sighting. And it's right here, 1946, which is 7:46 Pacific time, which is, what time did he write down here? 7:47. So he verified the time, and not only that, but they verify these times, I believe, one way or another with an internal clock. I'm not sure exactly how they do it, but nonetheless, here is Kyle's post right here, 7:46. And then really quick, guys, I want you to notice all these other sightings, all within 36 minutes. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different reports from 7 different names, almost 7 different experience levels, which goes to show you that this isn't one person posting all these. These are legit postings. Not only that, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4 at exactly 8 o'clock rather, which is the 20th hour military time. 20 is 8, so it's 8 p.m., which is leading up to the times of the fires being verified. Now, some people were saying, if the meteors landed at 8 and the fire started at 11, how is it possibly a meteor? Well, guys, you got to understand, we're being too conditioned with movies that every time a meteor comes to the ground, it's this giant fireball of napalm and hits the ground and blows away everything it touches. That's not really how these work. These can be little tiny rocks the size of a pebble you pick up and skip across a pond. But what they start out as is the issue. They start out as meteors, which could be the size of houses, they could be the size of cars, but by the time they get to Earth, if they even make it to Earth, which is when they become meteorites. They're usually very small. I believe there was a report of one in Africa, maybe last year, of 8.8 pounds, and it had like a bunch of media on it because that's one of the bigger ones. So you got to realize what these things are before we get caught up in the whole Hollywood thing. That these things don't come down to Earth and destroy and create big craters in the ground. That would be an asteroid or a comet that would do something like that. So hopefully we won't see any of those. But again, here is the video. This is his personal video from his car. And here we go. I'm going to play it. It's only in the beginning of the video that we need to see here. There's the light. It comes down. You can see a tail branch off, and then it dives behind a landmass. And what does that tell you guys? That means that this thing is low enough to where a rolling hill or a mountain in the background actually blocked our view of it, which means it's close to the ground. When you see meteors or shooting stars, usually they're moving, at least from your perspective when you're looking at them, either left to right or right to left and very high up in the air. This one looks like it's coming straight down, so it may be coming at an angle from the atmosphere, maybe in this area, who knows. But regardless, this thing is close to the ground. You can see it again right there. There's one tail. And there it goes behind a landmass. So this thing is low. This thing drops to the ground. Those are all the exact signs of a meteor. And I even cut this part of the video out and blew it up for you guys so we can really get a detail on this. Now check this out. Again, this is Kyle's video. There it is. There's one tail, two tail. You cannot tell me that is not a meteor. That is an absolute meteor, more than likely a meteorite that landed in the ground. And it goes behind a mountain or even some trees. That's how low it is. That tree cover in the horizon blocked this thing's view. That means it's very close to the ground. Chances are it hit the ground. So here we go. Now we have video evidence of these fireballs in the sky that so many people were reporting. I have a list of over 30 people now that have personally contacted me, and I have their names and everything just for the people that want to question that. I can give you these names, and you can also go and talk to these people. Most of them have YouTube channels. They all are from California. They all saw fireballs and meteors, and some even claim they saw meteorites. Now, again, a meteorite is a meteor that hits the ground. So unless they saw this with their own eyes, there is a question there. But if you see a meteor get as low to the point where it goes behind trees or behind a mountain in the foreground, yes, that thing is more than likely going to hit the ground. And guys, when we get meteors that hit the ground, they hit at such a speed that just because they may not be a big giant ball of fire, just the friction alone can cause minor fires. And then a couple hours later, as these fires begin to grow, that's when they notice them. And that's where you get that explanation of why a meteor could come around 8 o'clock and then not get a fire until 11. It's only because we didn't report the fire until 11, until it was big enough to notice. This thing probably started off as like a little maybe 8-foot by 8-foot radius of, smoldering leaves, who knows, and then turned into a fire. But regardless, guys, the point I'm trying to make here is that we have people trying to just explain this away with simple, like, oh yeah, it's really hot in California and this and that. And you know what? It was hot 5 days ago too. Why didn't this happen 5 days ago? Why do we have 5 fires in the same exact area, in different areas, believe it or not, but in the same geographical area of California in Napa County, all starting at the exact same time? And then in turn, those fires caused other fires, which would then bring those other explanations into legitimacy. But you got to realize, guys, you can watch a satellite video of these fires and they all show the same signs of development at the same time. So these all happen at the same time. So unless we had 5 or 6 people in the woods that were on walkie-talkies, lighting lighters and starting fires at the same time, the only other logical explanation for this is what we're seeing here in this video. We have a visual confirmation of at least one meteorite. And I'm calling it that because you can see it in the foreground. And not only that, but this person who really deserves our thanks, guys. I really want you to go check his channel out. I don't know what other material he has. It doesn't matter. This is a great start for him. If this is his first video, way to go, man. You're on the right path here. He's got 13 subs. Give him a like. Please give him a like. Oh, I didn't sign in yet. 318 views. That should be 318,000 views based on what this meteorite may have done. Now, this is why I'm offering this information to you guys, because I'm not making any of this up. I use stuff to verify, and if it wasn't for this person here, I wouldn't even be making a video about this right now. I happened to stumble upon this. He never saw my video, so him and I were both, you know, trying to verify something because he didn't want to take criticism over this date, and he did the right thing. He verified it on another website, which is good. He admitted that this was him filming it. He gives you the highway he's on, which is California 160 South near Rio Vista, facing eastward. Now, guys, if you go on Google Earth and you line up with this highway and you face eastward, guess where you're facing? You are facing directly at the area where those fires happened, right where this meteor goes. So no one can tell me that this meteor is not in this area. That's exactly where it is. It's in the exact area where these fires formed. And then he felt the need that, okay, people might give me a hard time about this date, so then he went on to American Meteor Society, he registered, and he made a legit post. And now it's available public data, guys, with video evidence to back it up. I don't know what more anyone needs, all right? So as of right now, as much as it is possible for power lines and, you know, heat fires and lightning to cause fires, I'm sorry, but 6 different fires far enough apart to where you would need 6 power lines to fall at the same time or 6 bolts of lightning to happen at the same time, this makes more sense to me. So this is where I'm sticking for now. This is what I believe is going on. I believe we had a meteorite strike or multiple in California. Now, whether they know about this and don't want to admit it, or they just have not even thought about this possibility yet, which would make no sense to me because we just had one verified by the mainstream media. I know, guys, but it's the point I'm trying to make, is that they acknowledge this in New Hampshire, the White Mountains, as a meteorite strike. Now, they had a passerby say, yeah, I saw a meteor, and it looked like it was about to hit the ground, and then 2 hours later there was a fire. And now they've somehow verified this. They have a search crew that is actually looking for this meteorite in New Hampshire. So this isn't fake. This isn't like stuff I'm making up, and there's you know, people like this on Before It's News. This guy here, I don't know if he did this on purpose or not, but he took my video and all my text under the video about the California thing, which had nothing to do with the end of the world or nothing to do with Planet X, and look what he does. Look how he titles the video. Planet X, California wildfires from meteorite strikes, with a question mark, 2017, year of major cataclysms. So he sandwiches my title about the meteors in between a Planet X title and something about Armageddon. And, you know, this guy is a constant writer. He's got a lot of articles on here, so he's aware of what, you know, what titles and stuff do to a person's thought process. So I don't know if, you know, I hate to think he would do this on purpose to, you know, to make me look like, you know, that type of conspiracy thing where it's like, oh, this is just some far-fetched idea. No, guys, all you got to do is click on my video, okay, and you will understand that I don't talk about anything I cannot back up with facts. And I'm doing that here, and that's why I'm making this video, to show you guys that we have another piece of evidence. The best type we can have is visual evidence, and we have evidence of him proving where he is. And also, when you watch this video, you turn on the high def settings, you can see the numbers on these mile markers. And all you got to do is you can go online to a mile marker website, or go straight onto Google Earth ground view, go to this highway, and go to these mile markers, and you can see this is where he is. There's no questioning it. He's not making up the road, he's not making up the date, and he's certainly not you know, some After Effects expert throwing meteors into his little dashcam videos. So, guys, we need to be realistic about this. Even though we're talking about meteorites, when we deal with space, you know, and we have people going out of their way to try to discredit this by making me look like, you know, some kind of end of the world person, which everyone knows I'm not. I don't do stuff like that unless I had information to back it up that I believed was real. Then I would tell you guys that, but no, that's not me. And also, if you notice in the comments section, one specific, I won't name him by name because, you know what, he just doesn't deserve it. Specifically, he put a comment that he knew people would see, associating my video and article with aliens. He writes, sorry dude, there's no aliens or meteors causing fires in California. And I immediately responded, you know, sometimes I'll delete comments that are just nonsense, but I tried to give people a chance to respond and explain their thinking, and I got no response, obviously. I told him, what's with the aliens thing? When did I ever mention aliens? And of course he blew right past it, didn't even mention it again. So it's all about perception, guys. They want you to see this stuff, and they want people that, that can't read between the lines to just walk away and be like, oh, another crazy, stupid video. And now they're missing out on actual legit information that we put time and effort into to give you actual answers. There's nothing in this video that's any type of conspiracy. And the reason for that is because we back it up with legit info that we can look at and verify. Alright, so that's where we're at. And again, I want to thank this channel. This is what it's all about, is this channel right here, King Harvey. I believe, again, his name is Kyle. He reported his fireball right here, Kyle 746, which is right before these fires started. And that's where we're at, guys. We got a lot of evidence pointing towards a second in 1 week meteorite strike causing wildfires. And this time in California, this is a big deal because it may have been a situation just like New Hampshire and would have been a small fire, but because of those Santa Ana winds that were hitting hurricane force wind speeds, guys, yeah, these winds come down from high altitude on land. They're not even over the water. They come down on land, and they usually come straight down, and then they'll whip out into the ocean 80 miles an hour. That is hurricane force fueling these fires. So you have air and wind fueling fire, and then the same concept with the hurricanes, you have warm water fueling them. Same exact concept, guys. So, there's a lot of factors at play here, and, it could have just been one meteor strike that broke into a bunch of pieces and caused 5 different fires, and then the winds made those fires turn into other ones. So we still have work to do, but guys, we are compiling a lot of good information here. And it's hard to ignore this at this point. At some point, someone's got to put this together, and somebody with some street cred or that can get a story out there should really start talking about this. I don't want any credit for it. You can leave me out of it for all you want. I just want people to realize that there were meteors going on, flying through the sky at low altitudes, some hitting the ground, in Napa, California, the same night that we had 6 random fires pop up. On a day that was no hotter than the day before. So, you know what I mean? You got to think of it that way. So, guys, thank you so much. Sorry I went on that little rant there. I hope you stick with me in the video. A lot of valuable information. I'm going to try to get a weather video out today. There is a lot to talk about. I'm going to give my throat a break. It may be a late video, but nonetheless, I'll get you guys some info. Thank you all so much for sticking with me. I appreciate the comments and the well wishes, and I'll talk to you all soon. Thank you all. Bye-bye.